The light of the sun clearly covers 60 to 70% of the globe. So we have 60 to 70% of the globe wrapped in sunlight. That's impossible.
So, yesterday, July the 8th, 99% of the entire human population experienced sunlight. Remember that sunlight part? And apparently, it proves that the Earth is flat. Spoiler alert, no. No, it doesn't. And let me show you why.
Shut up and sit down, you big bald f***.
Please subscribe. Now, before we get going, yeah, I'm wearing a white t-shirt, and I know what that always does to the comment section, to which I say,
Hey, teacher, leave my lips alone. That's impossible. July the 8th was a very interesting day. It was the day that even the Weather Channel proclaimed to be an impossible day on the globe.
an impossible day on the globe? Well, that's quite the scoop, isn't it? Except, if you actually listened to what the Weather Channel said, you'd know that they were explaining a fascinating population phenomenon, not some grand cosmic conspiracy. Here you go, take a listen.
There is a rare phenomenon happening right now across the globe. As of about 3 minutes ago, 7:15 Eastern Time, 99% of the entire world's population is facing the sun. That means we're all experiencing some degree of sunlight at the exact same time, either full daylight or, for a lot of other folks, twilight. If you look at the map right there, just the Pacific Islands and Australia, the Australian region, are fully in the dark.
They highlight that due to the Earth's tilt and the concentration of land masses and therefore people in the Northern Hemisphere, during the Northern Hemisphere summer, a huge percentage of the global population experiences some form of daylight or twilight at the exact same time. Now, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it sounds to me like you think that the sun itself is visible to 99% of the world's population, which it isn't.
I only found one video, and that was also made by the Weather Channel, trying to demonstrate this event on the globe. And as we can see here, the light of the sun clearly covers 60 to 70% of the globe.
The light of the sun can only illuminate 50% of a sphere at any given time. It's a fundamental principle of geometry. A tangent plane can only touch a sphere at one point, and light rays travel in straight lines. If you're seeing what looks like 60 to 70% covered, you're either looking at a graphic that includes the vast areas in various stages of twilight, or you're looking at a map projection that distorts the area. You're conflating a representation of where people are experiencing light with the actual physical surface area illuminated by direct sunlight. It's a bit like saying because a city like New York at night appears brightly lit, then the entire region must be in broad daylight. No, that's just where the lights are on. This is not complex. It's just basic geometry and understanding how light interacts with a sphere and an atmosphere. But for some, apparently, it's rocket science or flat earth science, which is ironically much simpler because it completely ignores half the variables.
So we have 60 to 70% of the globe wrapped in sunlight. That's impossible on the heliocentric model.
Eddie, it literally says on your screen what's going on, daylight and twilight, which probably accounts for the additional 10% of people who... So, that means something. It means that not only are you a flat earther, but you're also a liar because you were deliberately misrepresenting what the Weather Channel was explaining because you think that this proves that a globe Earth is impossible.
Sunlight cannot cover more than 50% of the globe. But as you see on this simulation by the Weather Channel, to be possible for the sunlight to cover all those regions on Earth, it's necessary that the sunlight covers between 60 to 70% of the globe.
It's nuts to me how easily convinced flat earthers are. So for Eddie here, it just took one video. So no further research, no reading about exactly why this phenomenon occurs. Just a universally applied denial of reality in favour of this one clip that he thinks shows us that the earth is flat. How can they look at an explanation, nod along, and then completely wrap it into something that fits their preconceived notion? Ah, silly me. I forgot about reasons.
Not being able to show, many news channels are showing the Mercator's projection because that's the only one they can show.
So news channels are forced to use this particular map projection, are they? Because the truth about the globe would just be too devastating for their viewers to handle on live television. Or perhaps it's because TV screens, wait for it, well, they actually are flat. So showing a spinning three-dimensional globe may look cool for a few seconds, but for clearly conveying information about specific regions, weather patterns or population distribution across a wide area, in this case the whole world, a flat map projection is infinitely more practical. You can point to things, draw lines, and it doesn't spin away mid-sentence.
You know what though? What a cool phenomenon.
This poor guy, he tried to demonstrate on the globe how that could be possible, but he failed miserably.
Oh, the irony! It's too much!
So he had to go to his computer and demonstrate on the Mercator's projection.
Will you try demonstrating complex global population distribution patterns, twilight zones, and specific time zones simultaneously on a small physical globe on live TV? Go on, I'll wait.
3 hours later.
It's incredibly difficult, if not impossible, to show clearly and accurately to millions of viewers. Now look, we all know that flat earthers are a pathetic group, but this, whatever the hell this is fast becoming one of the worst arguments for a flat earth I have ever heard.
On July 8th of every year at 11:15 Universal Time, that translates to about 7:15 Eastern Time, 99% of the world's population, just over 99% of the world's population, is actually in sunlight. The reason is actually kind of interesting once we kind of delve into this a bit. So, I mean, if you look at the Pacific Ocean, this just kind of gives you a rough idea. Imagine if the sun was lighting up this section of the Earth. You see that there'd be a very small amount of Earth's population. Right. But over here, when you get Asia, Africa, maybe some of North America and some South America, you can see that you have a much larger percentage of the Earth's population that could be in sunlight. Let me reference this tweet. It's actually kind of cool.
Awesome, a really simple and understandable explanation of this phenomenon. Yeah, the majority of us are all sort of in the same area on the globe. So that's it then, Eddie. I'm sure after hearing this, even you will have no choice other than to accept the real reason that this happens. So let's hear it.
So it is impossible for the sunlight to wrap around the globe between 60 to 70%.
You did just watch the video you played for the rest of us, Eddie, didn't you? Where have you got the globe is impossible from out of the information that guy shared while holding a globe? So
there is no other day like July 8th to demonstrate how wrong the heliocentric model is. And to better understand, all we have to do is to convert the Mercator projection into the flat Earth map and see how it makes more sense on the flat Earth map.
Right, so July 8th, the single day of the year that apparently unlocks the secrets of the flat Earth universe and exposes the wrongness of centuries of scientific observation.
Are you taking the piss?
Because, you know, every other day the heliocentric model works just perfectly fine. Do you know, it's truly incredible how the cosmos decided to give flat earthers one specific calendar date to prove their point. Then it just went back to business as usual on a rotating sphere for the other 364 days.
With a small sun, a small local sun, you can see here how it illuminates those regions on Earth, leaving the majority of Earth in the dark.
Where's the 8th of July 99%? First off, you're trying to explain the July 8th 99% of population in light scenario with a map that shows most of the landmass is in darkness. Your image itself contradicts your claim, you clown. The map you've shown here depicts a large portion of Africa and parts of Eurasia in light, but vast swaths of the Americas, Russia and Australia are clearly in darkness. So, which is it? Is it 99% in light, or is the majority of the Earth in the dark, as your image suggests? It would seem that your own model can't even keep its own story straight. Why exactly is that, Eddie? Well, I've got a theory.
He's a useless shite, that boy.
Only on the Flat Earth model, even this map by Weather Channel, I converted into a Flat Earth map, and you can see here, it's better explained with a small and local sun circulating over the flat Earth. We can see how this is possible.
Oh, and if you weren't so completely and utterly wrong, that would almost be adorable, because you've clearly gone to at least a little bit of effort, and a little bit of effort from a flat earther is generally way, way more effort than the average flat earther puts in. Isn't it a shame, Eddie, that none of this is real and that it's all just a fantasy that exists in the tiny little pea-sized brains of flat earthers?
Hello? Where is everybody? I'm the only brain cell left.
If you still believe in the heliocentric model, yesterday was the day for you to drop that model and realize we don't live on a spinning ball spinning around the universe. The Earth is flat.
Okay, but what about the other 364 days of the year when the sun doesn't do what it did on July the 8th? You can't make it work on a flat Earth then, can you? Not that I'm suggesting he made it work on a flat Earth for July the 8th, as in yesterday. And we all know that to believe the Earth is flat is to abandon centuries of observable, verifiable, and consistent science. Because of what exactly? A misunderstanding of twilight and population distribution? A flat map with a desk lamp for a sun? This is truly peak flat earth stupidity. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you again on Friday at 7:30 p.m. BST. Love you. Bye.
Well, we're waiting.
Oh, you're still here, are you? I suppose you're waiting for the dad joke, aren't you? Well, today I just wanted to take this time that I usually use to tell stupid jokes to say thanks to everyone. Everyone who explained to me in the comment section the meaning of the word many. It means a lot.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever go.